Hello, my lovely Capricornians. Welcome to your November 2019 reading. Hope this reading finds you well. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting on my channel. I really appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when I'm going to be posting new videos. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that too. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Capricornians. It's a reading for Capricorn Sun, rising and moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So have a listen to that as well. Let's have a look at what is in store for you for the month of November, my lovely Capricorns. I feel like you've experienced in the last few months, there's been this sort of, there's been endings, there's been changes, and I feel like for many of you, they're changes in your attitudes or behaviors or patterns, cycles. It's about a review of that. I feel like you've come into a time when it's, well, what do I want? What's going to work for me? I'm not going to be giving out to others all the time. I'm really now going to need to concentrate on my needs and what I'm wanting and what direction I'm moving in. So there's a real ending of that. I want to say martyr. You know, there's an ending of that. There's an ending of doing things for other people, or doing things because you are worried about the consequences or what people think or what people might, how people might react. It was a real cutting off of that sort of behavior where you're thinking, well, now it's my turn. I don't care what people think. This is what I want to do. This is where I'm moving to. So that, I feel like, has been, for some of you, that's specific to some of you, I feel, but that's a really good place to be, because I feel like there's this realization of what's not been working for you, and it's time for it to stop and start sort of feeding your soul, feeding what's going to be good for you. Always we need to consider other people in our decision making, absolutely, but it really is about an individual journey, and I feel like it's a time, November's going to be a time for your growth, a time for your exploration, a time of really discovering who you are, which is really interesting. I like that. I think that's, you know, and that's what my guides say. That's what's come through there for you. And I feel like it's for a specific, and some of you needed to hear that, which is really interesting. The Ten of Pentacles you've got as November begins, and I really like that. So maybe it's with these endings, and it's, you know, it's going to vary in intensity, these endings, for all of you. Some of it might be very minor. For some of you, it's going to be big changes, but it's all going to lead to the Ten of Pentacles, which is you've arrived. This is everything that is yours will come to you, and this is abundance in family, in love, in health, in finances. There's a real turnaround, and maybe it's this change in attitude that you have that brings to you this sense of abundance that's around you, and it's coming to you. It's coming to you. For those of you, this could be in a work environment for many of you, where, you know, certain things have to end, in that you're not going to be working for nothing, or you're not going to do overtime without being paid for it, or you're not going to do two people's jobs without being paid for it, because there's this financial balance, financial reward that's coming your way as a consequence of something you're putting an end to, which I really like. For some of you, it's projects that you've had put in place that are now going to start reaping, you're going to start reaping the rewards of it. I feel like it's really good for you. You're going to start seeing changes of a positive nature coming in November. There's going to be this real, I want to say for some of you, a relief. There's a real relief behind it, you know, as to what's going to start flowing for you. You're going to be surprised at how quickly this all comes about, because here you've got the Eight of Wands, and this is about things happening very quickly. This is not about thinking, this is about action. So where opportunities are going to be presented to you, for some of you in November, it's about giving your answer quickly, knowing whether or not you want to do this, responding, don't take time to think about it, follow your gut, follow your instinct, and it's either yes or no. It's things that are happening quickly. For others of you, it's change that's coming in quickly. There's things that are going to come in. Things are going to happen, I feel like, in the first week of November. And mind you, the time is going to be different for all of you because your natal charts are all different. But things are going to happen quickly. You need to, if there's decisions you're needing to make, you need to make them on your feet. You need to make them quickly. There's no time to think about it. You need to know whether or not you want that decision or not, yes or no. It's about, a lot of you are going to start seeing positive results come into your life very quickly in November. It's almost like November arrives and these changes start coming in very, very quickly for you, for the better. There's this improvement in your lot. There's this improvement in your work environment or your home environment or your love environment. For those of you that are single and looking for a partner or a soulmate, that is certainly on the cards for you, so to speak, on the cards for you in November. That sort of change is there to come in to make you feel safe and secure and bring in the abundance of love that you're seeking, the connection that you're seeking with another. I really, really like that, because you've also got the Two of Wands, and this is about decision making. This is about making decisions, weighing it out, making decisions quickly. Your proverbial ship's coming in. And so the changes that you're wanting to bring in, make those decisions, make them quickly, because again here you've got wands. So it is going to also be a time of making decisions that you're needing to process within you. And some of those, I want to say to you, they're decisions that you know about. They're internal things that you've been thinking about, internal changes that you've been wanting to bring about. So people around you, your family members, your work colleagues, whoever, may not know what you're thinking or what you've been processing, because there's this clearing out of the old. So they may not know what you're processing, but you're processing it, and you do get to a point in November where you make a decision. Am I going to stay at this line of work, or am I going to stop? Am I going to ask for the promotion, ask for a pay rise? Am I going to change jobs? Am I going to stop work? Am I going to move location? Am I going to get married? Am I going to leave my partner? Whatever it is, you've been processing this stuff. In November, you're going to start taking action, because this is really about taking action. It's not about thinking. Time for thinking and processing is over. How that manifests into your reality, you've got the Devil card. And the Devil card is about making the decisions that are right for you, not being swayed by what other people want you to do, not being manipulated by other people in making decisions that suit them. But this is your opportunity to really set yourself up in a life that suits you, that is good for you. And it doesn't necessarily mean leaving relationships or leaving jobs. It's about really putting things in place that are going to be better for you, not what is going to suit anybody else. You know, it might suit your boss that you're doing two people's work and that you're getting paid for one job rather than two, that you're putting in overtime and not getting paid for overtime. May suit your boss. And you may stay like that because you fear losing your job if you say anything. So you're being manipulated in doing what your boss wants you to do, so to speak. You know, this is just an example. But it's about you speaking up and bringing the changes that you're needing in, and having the courage to bring those changes in, because there's going to be success in those results. It's about being in a relationship where you're always listening to your partner. He or she is always calling the shots. Making the decisions, and you go along with it. The minute you say anything, it rocks the boat. So you don't say anything. That's being manipulated to not being true to yourself. And it's time in November, you will find, to bring in those changes. November is a month of change. Okay, it's a month of change, and it's a month of remaining true to yourself. Not being emotionally manipulated, not being manipulated in any way where people want you to make decisions that are going to be good for them. Or, you know, they could be well-meaning and giving you advice to make decisions and choices, but it's going to be according to their experiences and their lifestyle and what they want and where they're headed. That might not be where you're heading. So, you know, listening to advice is one thing, but actually allowing other people to make the decisions for you is a dangerous place to be, because you end up where you don't want to be, where you're not happy because it's not right for you. So be mindful of that. Forewarned is forearmed, my lovely Capricorns. Okay? You've also then got, where does this take you? You've got the Ten of Cups. It takes you to that happy place. It takes you to a place of being secure, being loved, being secure, feeling safe, allowing yourself to be yourself and still being accepted and loved. So you're still going to be in that place. It's about the happy ending. This is about this. What happens in the beginning of November sees you being exactly where you want to be, being exactly where you want to be, being happy and being fulfilled and being loved and being accepted for who you are, and creating the beautiful environment that you're wanting to create. For those of you that are creating this upheaval because of hope of a marriage proposal or taking a relationship to the next level, it does do that by you asserting yourself, this is what I want, this is no longer satisfying me. You may be in a relationship where you want to get married, you want to have children, and your partner needs that final push, and rather than staying in a relationship that you're not going to be happy about, bringing those changes in place so that you are also asserting yourself, and that takes you where you're needing to be. It creates, if it's a job environment, it does create a better work environment. If you're going to change jobs, you do get the job that you are seeking or you are going to be happier in. So the end result is really a result that's going to be very pleasing to you, where you're going to feel very fulfilled and satisfied. Honoring yourself, honoring the process, my lovely Capricornian, sees you moving through November with the World here. You know, you've got the Ten of Cups, which is an absolutely incredibly positive card. This card is you have arrived. You have arrived, and you will start seeing those results by mid-November. You also will have the World here. You are able to create whatever it is you want to create, as far as work goes, as far as personal life goes, whatever it is for you, family, whatever it is for you, marriage, relationship, if you're seeking a relationship, it's there for you to manifest, for you to create. Everything there is going to be very fulfilling for you. This is also, some of you are going to be taking some sort of holiday or trip. I feel like it's like a big one, like a big trip, like a big holiday. I really like that for some of you. For some of you, this is the world is your oyster. What do you want to create? What do you want to do? For those of you that are completing a study, it's about aiming high and setting the bar high, because you are going to be able to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve in November. So reach for the stars. Very, very positive card, which will allow you to really bring into your life by November, really create the world that you're wanting to create, the environment that you're wanting to create, where you're going to be happy and you're going to be replenished, and you're going to also receive. You've also got the Seven of Swords. Now, because this is sitting on top of the world, it's not a really big issue, but it's about, I get for some of you, this is someone there may be a little bit of jealousy around you. There may be a little bit of someone thinking, I want what they have. I want what they have, but they're not prepared to put in the work. They just see you reaping the benefits of your hard work, of what you've been through and what you've learnt. And there may be that sort of green-eyed monster coming your way, where someone's looking at you with envious or jealous of what you have. This is also a card for some of you of self-deception, self-betrayal. It's really self-deception of really being a bit afraid of standing in your own light, being a bit afraid of really asking for what you are wanting and how you're wanting things to be. And it really is, you're going to be doing yourself an injustice by not speaking up, by not putting your point forward. So make sure you do that. Okay, make sure you do that. For some of you, there may be a little bit of deception around you. And that could be, and I don't feel like it's a major thing, but I feel like it's, if you're going to bring in change and you want what you want, there could be your partner, or it could be someone around you that is going, there's a little bit of deception or a little bit of manipulation to get them to get you to do what they want you to do. They could be doing it in a roundabout way. So you need to see things clearly. Stand back as a third person and really look at a situation and make sure you're not being played. okay, with the changes that you're bringing in, because November is about changes that you're bringing in. It's going to set you up for December and 2020. So really look at things honestly and decide whether or not you're making a decision for yourself, or you're being manipulated slightly in a situation, okay? Be aware of that. It's only ever so slight because it's sitting between the World and the Star, two major arcana cards which are incredibly positive. The Star also speaks about standing away from a situation and changing your perspective, looking at it as a third person, so looking at it from a different perspective. But it's also wish upon a star. So, you know, it's look at things clearly so that you can wish upon a star. You can create the future that you're wanting. Be still, you know, really go deep into your subconscious, really go deep within yourself and your emotions, and work out what it is you want and what direction you want to move in. Because, you know, there's a beautiful coloured sky there, which is going to bring forward a beautiful new day. You know, with that red sunset, it's always promise of a really sunny, beautiful day, which is a promise of the sun, which is a very positive card to me. And there's this water that's being poured out, which is the balance of emotions. Really think about what it is you want to create, but also stand back and look at it from a different perspective. Look at it from every angle, and you'll be able to see who's holding you back, where the slight deception's coming in, where the little bit of manipulation's coming in. So then you can make your decisions accordingly and not be influenced by others. Okay, because then as you see November out, you've got the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. This is about planning. Well, you're going to be planning for December. What are you going to bring in for December? What's coming ahead? And it's going to be extremely positive. New beginnings, new financial situation, solid ground, a change in your abundance, your love, your acceptance, your health, you know, your family, whatever it is for you, whatever your version of abundance is. It's about planning your next move, planning where you want to go, planning what you want to have evolve in December, which I really like, and it's going to be really fruitful for you. Look how lush that is, the flowers and the green grass and the sun. It's really positive. So it's a positive change. It's a positive thing you're going to build on, which I really like. It's a good month, my lovely Capricorns. So let's have a look at the angel cards. Let's see what the angels have to say to you, what words of wisdom they have to give to you for November. Let's have a look. The angel of channeling. Channel that inner guidance, channel that inner self. It's about that balance. It's about that peace, and that's that balance of emotion that the star brings. But it's about balance, meditating, finding that still place to self-explore. And that's peace too. You know, when you're channeling, that's peace. So you do find that peace in November as we progress through. You find that inner peace to bring in the change that you're needing. Okay, angels of abundance. Let me get my glasses on. Oh, wow. Dreams of abundance, which is just so what's coming through for you. Dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. And I feel like you are going to be manifesting your desires into reality in November, because that's just what's come through for you. Let's have a look at your heart cards. There's again, you see, control. Control. You have control. You know, with the eyes behind here, this is a channeling. This is guidance from your higher self coming through, being channeled through when you find that centeredness, that balance, that control of the emotions, to allow the knowledge, the information to come through for you so you can make informed decisions. Follow your instinct. You're going to be asked to make decisions very quickly in November, and it's about having that control, listening to that inner voice in November to bring in the changes that are there for you, to bring in. I really, really like that. So I hope that this reading resonates for you, my lovely Capricorns. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing on my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below so you know when I'm posting new videos. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there that's going to be specific to you. Many blessings to you, my lovely Capricornians. I wish you a wonderful explorative November